This short video will show you how to use Rift SVP Tube, a software solution to watch YouTube videos in the Oculus Rift. Now first off, Rift SVP Tube supports YouTube videos in 2D, YouTube videos in 3D either side-by-side or over-under format, and it's also got a whole other bunch of options. Now the application's been updated, so you're gonna see new stuff here. First and foremost, it's when you deploy the archive. First, download the archive containing the application, and then deploy it to a folder of your choice. You no longer have to deploy it to C:\Rift SVP. Although in this example, I'm still going to put it inside that folder. Alright, once you got your files in place, go into that folder and run svptube.exe. Now this is going to add an icon on your Windows taskbar. It's right here. I'm going to go ahead and double click this and show you what it is. All this thing is doing, it's waiting for me to copy a YouTube or Vimeo link to my clipboard. So I'm going to close this. I just wanted you to know what this app is doing, really. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to right click on the SVP Tube icon. And we're going to go to Preferred Resolution. And I'm going to pick 720p. This is what you should pick. It's going to give for the best balance between quality and performance. We want to once more right-click the icon, and this time we want to go to Video Player. Under Video Player, I will click Choose Executable. This launches a dialog where I can locate the executable. Navigate this dialog to C:\Rift SVP. Once you reach that folder, what you'll want to do is, on the bottom right, change executables to WSH scripts. Got that so far? You want to pick svptube-dl-rift.wsf. Go ahead and pick that. Alright, at this point we have our settings configured, but I'd like to address a matter of preference. SVP Tube comes with the autoplay checked on. I prefer to have this off, so I'm going to do the example with autoplay unchecked. So I right click the SVP Tube icon and I click autoplay, and that should uncheck it as you see here. So we're all set now. SVP Tube is waiting for me to copy paste a YouTube link. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy the link to this rocket session video. And this is going to make SVP Tube react, and it's going to offer me to play the video. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play here. And this is going to launch my script, which is going to tell me that the encoder is going to take a 30-second head start. Now what happens here is the encoder is launched and will begin downloading and transcoding your video. The way I do this is it does the first minute of video before launching the player. Then it launches the player and it continues encoding your video in 1-minute chunks as you're watching. Alright, I did a little skip in time here to get to the end of the encoding of the first chunk, which took about 40 seconds for real. And I'm about to be prompted to launch the playback. So I'm going to go ahead and launch that now, and we're going to take a look at the player itself. Alright, let's take a look at our app here. This is the newest YouTube player, and it has a couple of new features. First off, it has a setting, so I'm sitting on a couch here. There's no body yet, but at least there's a room. There's something to be in. And I'm watching this stereoscopic rocketry session. It's a mix of 2D and 3D footage, so it's pretty good for the example. And on the table, you have the instructions. So your F2 key will make the video go 2D or RAW if you want. Your F3 key will go side by side, and F4 will go over under. I'll switch back to side by side. And F9, if you need it, will swap the eyes. Something that I don't want to do with this video, it's fine. And up down will adjust the screen. It's a new feature. You can push it back or you can bring it forward and have this immense looking screen because it's just way close to you, and you just push that back. So cool little features. And here's the thing that just happened. You saw that black flash? This is what the player does when it loads a minute of video. The video is downloaded and encoded in 1 minute chunks, and every time the player loads a chunk, it needs to flash to black. Sometimes the audio even stutters. So it's not a perfect piece of work that I'm delivering here, but in my opinion, it's better than the last one where you had to wait for the entire video to encode. I mean, it plays back after it's encoded just 1 minute of video. So if you like to watch 10-minute videos that are stereoscopic, this is actually perfect because it's going to load it in 1 minute chunks. The quality, the balance of quality and frame rate is just right now to have your computer run this application and encode the video at the same time. Because you could say, yeah, I got a really powerful computer. Well, turns out so do I, and when you're asking it to render some 3D and encode video at the same time, it is not that efficient. So thank God for multi-core, but I still got to work my way with the video quality and the frame rate in order to get the best possible result. And there we go, it loaded that last portion of the video. And when it reaches the end, what it's going to do is it's going to wait 2 seconds and start the video from the beginning. So unlike the old version, it doesn't just stall. So there you go, this is your YouTube 3D viewer. One final technical note, it's normal if you find in the Rift SVP folder a whole bunch of OGV files like this and they're numbered. There should be 60 of them precisely. These are the chunks that the player downloads as you're watching the video. And because the script does not know the length of your video, it actually tries to download 60 chunks no matter what. So that sort of enforces a time limit, but there shouldn't be really a problem with that unless you're trying to watch something longer than an hour and a half, I believe, at this point. So that's it. Really, really simple, and these files will get overwritten every time you watch something.